Looking past swag rappers, cause none of you pieces of trash matter, and it's time to put past. As soon as they blast chatter, I'm letting my foot smash him in the abdomen. Climbing up the ladder, cause you stooges are sweeter than Pat Patterson. As long as I'm the baddest, you never hearing them bragging it. Another wrestling vitals collab, I know they matter. Stepped up in the booth and start battering. The beast taking action, so I'ma lead the chatter to the weak. Hell yeah, cause I ain't never been a token guy. I'm the type to stomp a mud hole and walk it dry. I'm flipping birds on the regular, they often fly. I hold them toward the sky, just like a monster, cause I had about enough of being tossed aside. I'm a force of nature that was forced to ride. I'm going off for pride live, been striving for respect for a while. Cause they treat me like a dog, but expect me to smile. Had $1 million dream till I mastered the ring. Found 316s on the path of a king. Flip birds till I'm smashing their wings. Make it so they can't handle all these cans of whoop ass I'ma bring. What? Can't trunk without a kid. What? Hell yeah. Middle fingers in the air. What? Hell yeah. Just throw me another beer. What? Hell yeah. If you feelin' what you hear, give me a hell yeah. Big time main eventer, it's the #1 stunner. All it take is one finish, have him known for one stunner. The tough son of a gun, gotta keep it 100. Even went face to face with the Reaper one summer and survive. Gotta thrive what they need to be defiant in the league to succeed. So I'm leading the alliance, never do it for the greed or the salary. Snakes can't battle, I got a stone cold mentality. Don't trust anybody. And that's the bottom line. I ain't motivated by the dollar signs. Do it for the love. That's how I went viral off a lot of rhymes. Now I'm done announcing my arrival because the title mine.
Yeah. Big shout out to my man Rated R. That track there was called Hell Yeah. You could check it out from Wrestling Bios. I did a dope interview with Rated R a year ago. So definitely check him out, man. That was a very dope track right there. But anyways, here to deliver y'all some news. I thought I want to go ahead and do a live with y'all real fast. I'm probably up here for about 20 minutes or so. It appears that Vince McMahon is getting muscled out of the WWE. He's about to get muscled out of his own creation, y'all. So I'm going to read the news to y'all here. It says here, pro wrestling magnate Vince McMahon is hinting that he wants out of the family business, according to regulatory filings tied to WWE recent merger with UFC. Driving the news, the new combined entity TKO has registered all of McMahon's shares for sale, thus enabling him to avoid the lockup period that applies to other TKO stockholders like Endeavor and Silk Lake. McMahon currently holds around 28.84 million TKO shares, which was valued at $3 billion as of yesterday's market close. Going on, why this matters. McMahon is one of TKO's greatest assets. Given his influential knowledge of the business, that's why he participated in listing day at the New York Stock Exchange last Tuesday. Despite being on medical leave related to spinal surgery, yeah, right, posing for photos with Endeavor and UFC boss Dana White. Okay, you know what this is, y'all? Number one, it's two things. Vince probably found out that he ain't the man no more. He got to take orders. He got to take orders he ain't the man no more. That's what he's finding out now. And that's messing with his ego that he got to call another man boss, because Vince McMahon has a type A type persona. He's a control freak. He has a dominant personality, and I can't see. That's why I was like, I don't see Vince staying that long, because he got to call this guy his boss. That's not going to sit well with a guy like Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon been running his ship for 50-something years. So he got to come in and call Ari Emanuel his boss. They ain't sitting right. And then, now, they want a good reason to get rid of him anyway, because they probably see him as a liability because of the accusations, the lawsuits, all that stuff that's been happening within the past year, which is why he stepped down in the first place. And that's bad for business. So a lot of people are really right now jumping for joy about this, but I don't know until the news is official that he steps down. But me personally, unless he acquires more power, I don't see him staying. I don't see him staying because Vince can't be the type of guy to call another man boss. They released Dolph Ziggler, Madcap Moss, Elias, Emma, Mustafa Ali amongst urges. Yeah, Dolph Ziggler won't doing shit. He was back in catering for about the past 5 years. I didn't think he was even still in the roster. I know they released Shelton Benjamin, which was a disappointment, but that's the company fault, man. Shelton Benjamin had miles left on it. He had miles left to go, and they didn't really capitalize on it. They didn't really capitalize on Shelton Benjamin. Shelton Benjamin had some left in the tank. Him and Cedric Alexander should have been lighting up that tag division, but they did nothing with them. Because Cedric Alexander is actually nice in the ring. I bet you he gonna be the next to let go if he hasn't already. They're gonna be letting Cedric Alexander go next. I bet you. Boy, these firings be ruthless, man. I knew it wasn't gonna be pretty. Madcap Moss and Elias. And we knew Elias was gonna be out of here. Elias ain't did nothing. He ain't did nothing in almost 2 years. So the way it stands right now, people are hoping that this happens, but there's no guarantee that Triple H is gonna even stay. Triple H is 1 foot in, 1 foot out too. You know what I'm saying? You see what happened to his daughter, Vince's daughter, got her out there. Shane. Vince don't want his kids to not have nothing with this shit, which is crazy. So where it stands right now, if Tony Khan is smart, he need to pick up some of these signees, because at the end of the day, AEW needs more star power. Bottom line, like, you let go of one of your biggest draws, CM Punk. You need star power, man. You need to sign. You let Jade go, and you let CM Punk go. WWE about to try to pick them up, so you need to match fire with fire. You need to go ahead and get Mercedes and Edge. Edge is gonna draw. Edge is gonna draw. Get Edge, get Mercedes. Y'all gonna have to be aggressive now, because if y'all looked at the news, even Endeavor considered AEW as competition. That's right. They said AEW was competition. They consider Impact, any other league opposition of them, is competition. Don't let what Triple H and Vince be saying be fooling y'all. They looking at what AEW is doing, but AEW, they trying to find. They're like, they ain't lost in the wilderness right now. Ever since they pay-per-view in London, they ain't like, they don't know what they doing right now. And I said this before, them firing CM Punk was not a good move. And I'm standing on that. People could say, to make themselves feel good, man, he was a cancer to the locker room. It needed to happen. Look at the results of the shows, man. They need him. So they need him right now. Collision has been trash. I hate to be, I gotta keep it real. Nobody really watching it. I mean, big salute to Daniel Bryan, aka Bryan Danielson. He's one of my favorites. He's one of the rawest wrestlers of all time. But he ain't CM Punk. Dragon ain't CM Punk, though. CM Punk, I think, was behind booking those shows. And it shows. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he was behind booking those shows. Tony Khan gave CM Punk a lot of power that he's leading on. That's why it feels like a totally different show now. Now you got the Dark Order and all this bullshit from Rampage coming on Collision. Nah, man, you should have just kept the shit like it was, man. Don't be bringing people from Rampage. Don't be bringing people from Ring of Honor onto that show. Keep it the old school book way. Yeah, CM Punk gone, but keep the tradition going. Because now you incorporate everything else, and it's looking like another Dynamite show. It shouldn't look like Dynamite. And see, right now, Khan got to be aggressive now. Like, you got to go ahead and sign some talent. Now you're playing for casuals. When you sign TV deals, that's your audience right now. You're no longer pleading to the indies. They need to go ahead and push Swerve. Swerve got it. Swerve got the move set. Swerve got the charisma. Swerve got the credibility. He brought Rick Ross out one time, I think. Swerve is the guy. Hangman Page ain't it. The Young Bucks ain't it. They need to step aside. Only reason I started watching the main dude to sign to CM Punk. See? Exactly my point. Exactly my point. Mox and Bryan and Samoa Joe, yeah, they good at what they do, but FTR and CM Punk are collision. There's no collision without CM Punk, man. And now they're trying to, it's like they're rewriting everything. I think they had like 5 months of planning going on with CM Punk. And Tony Khan firing him messed up a lot of plans. That's why a lot of the shows aren't moving at a steady pace. You know what I mean? Because they had probably like shows booked, pay-per-views booked, angles booked, all this stuff booked ahead. They ain't expect CM Punk to leave. And that's Tony Khan's fault. Tony Khan should have had this shit nipped in the bud. I've said this since day one. This is all Tony Khan's part. Soon as you brought CM Punk in back, you should have set him and the Bucks down and like, look, whatever y'all got going on, y'all better handle it right now. Because we got to run a business here. And if y'all smart, let's draw and make money off of it. Let's do an angle. Let's make some money off this. Let's take this real life heat that you guys got and let's make some compensation. Let's make some greenbacks. Some pesos, so to speak. And the Bucks didn't want to do it. I'm like, now this is according to the dirt sheets. Now, you know, I don't really read a lot of dirt sheets. I don't. But if the Bucks didn't want to do business with CM Punk, because if CM Punk offered the olive bridge to do business with them dudes to make money, I can see why CM Punk got frustrated. Because let's take this heat and let's make money. Don't be such a fucking mark. This is the angle that you need to catapult your stock. When Hulk Hogan was in the ring, right? You can't be such a mark for the business to where you don't want. Hogan was the bag. You stepped in there with Hogan. You make a pay off your mortgage. You know what I'm saying? That's how much of a draw Hulk Hogan was. That's what it is at the end of the day. It's a business. They would have. Exactly. You sit these people down. Like, look, this is what we gonna do. Soon as he brought CM Punk back, if they had to take a fade, take a fade. Fight it out. Whatever you got to do, but don't bring this shit to the business. Whatever y'all got going on. So y'all shake hands. Y'all ain't got to shake hands, but we got to do business. Khan should have stepped in right then and there and did it. But now, he got put in a difficult spot. He had the man up at the wrong time. Like, you going to fire the dude, one of your main draws in his home state. Shit. I'm like, man, you shot yourself in the foot, homie. Because Collision now looks directionless to me. I can tell. And Khan got to figure something out. You got to start signing talent. You got to start really building that show back. Because Collision should be the show that can compete with the SmackDowns and the Raws. That's for the old school wrestling fans. Like, SmackDown, it should be more so the show against SmackDown. Because, you know, that runs Friday and Saturday. And, you know, that's a part of what, you know, occurs to the old wrestling heads, so to speak. FTR and CM Punk and the people that they drawing in. Now, I'm hearing, too, that Ricky Starks may be leaving. Ricky Starks may be leaving and Jade may be leaving. This is where he has to be aggressive and acquire some new talent. See, you got to acquire people that, believe it or not, old WWE talent. You got to acquire old WWE talent because a lot of those guys, they already hit their ceiling. Like, they already main evented WrestleMania. They already did this, that, and the third. So now they want different treatment. That's why I don't see Daniel Bryan and Jon Moxley going anywhere because they've been there and done that. They've been there and done that. They did WrestleMania. Bryan, he did everything he could do at WWE. So he don't need to go back. You know what I'm saying? CM Punk may want to go back because he wants to main event Mania. He never main evented WrestleMania. That's probably why he probably going to go back. Moxley, he don't really care. I think was Samoa Joe, did Samoa Joe wrestle at a WrestleMania? I'm not sure. But that's probably the reason why those guys go back. Now, another thing that I found interesting too was people are heated that The Rock is trying to take Cody Rhodes' thunder. Because The Rock was up there with Pat McCaffrey. He was talking about the match with him and Roman Reigns was a lock deal, but things didn't happen. Now, I thought that was kind of strange at first. I'm like, yo, why would The Rock mention this? Like, what is he? He's teasing something. Then he comes back on SmackDown unannounced, blows the roof off the place. And see, this is where the concern is getting to be at. Samoa Joe didn't wrestle at a WrestleMania during the 10th wrestling. He may, now that's okay. Now he may return down the line because everybody wants that Mania moment. That Mania moment is equivalent to being at the Super Bowl or being at the NBA Finals. Win or lose, you're a part of history. So he may go back probably in another year or two. But going back to what I was saying, shit, what was I saying? I'm that fried, man. When you working 20 hours, your brain get fried for real. Your brain get fried for real. See, this is the thing with y'all. See, I ain't take no notes. I'm just shooting off the hip right now. What was I talking about? I was talking about The Rock and Cody Rhodes. I was talking about The Rock and Cody Rhodes. And now I think people that support Cody and follow Cody are concerned. Most notably his wife. He is concerned that, yeah. You got to catch me sometime. Y'all talking about The Rock. They're getting concerned now that The Rock is trying to steal Cody's thunder. But look at it like this. Let's keep it buck. There's no thunder to steal. Cody is cold. Yeah, he's selling t-shirts. Yeah, he's over. Whoa! He's over. But at the same time, they're not doing anything with him. He's not having no meaningful angle. He's just having matches. The Brock Lesnar thing was embarrassment. It was predictable and it was embarrassing. Because we didn't even get a true layout of what the intentions were on why Brock Lesnar attacked Cody Rhodes. I wish we did. It probably would have elevated Cody even more if we had a rhyme and reason. But he just attacked him out of nowhere. Just started bullying Cody and we just didn't know. So now he beats the Beast. In a feud that didn't make sense. So now he's just feuding with the Judgment Day. And it's not doing nothing to elevate him. He should be going after Seth Rollins. He should be in the mix with Seth Rollins and Shinsuke. He should be in the mix with those guys right there. Can you imagine the three-way they would have been having right now? Shinsuke, Cody, and Rollins. They should be involved right now. Cody shouldn't be involved with the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day still looks a bit mid-card. They trying to push the Judgment Day like they're the bloodline. You can't do that, man. After WrestleMania, he's been stuck in mid-card in a way. He should. Yeah, he should be feuding with Seth Rollins, and he should be feuding with Shinsuke, because he's upper talent. He's considered upper talent. He shouldn't be feuding with the Judgment Day. He shouldn't be having main matches with Dominic Mysterio. It's not doing nothing for him. And we know he's going to win. Let him be involved in a vested monthly feud with Shinsuke and Seth. Nobody's going to know where this is going to go. That's what needs to happen. He's an upper talent. He shouldn't be involved with the Judgment Day. Let Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens handle that problem because they're mid-card right now. Exactly. Yeah. See, niggas they get mad when they don't understand. What do you think about Jey Uso on Raw? Jey Uso is a great add to Raw. Jey Uso is a great addition to Monday Night Raw. He's over. He's definitely over. He's doing his thing right now. That's one of the most over talent they got right there. They just can't mess him up. Don't put him in Judgment Day. Cause WWE would do some dumb shit like that. They'll just throw him in Judgment Day just to get some heat. No, man, he don't need to do none of that dumb shit. Just let him build his credibility up. I like the angle that they're doing with him where none of the roster is trusting him. They're very reluctant to trust him because of how he was running with the bloodline, how him, Roman, Jay, and Solo used to just maul niggas. They used to just whoop niggas' asses. So that plays along with the story. And Kevin Owens got some nerve. You sitting there talking about trustworthy, man. You always stabbing your friends in the back. Oh man. But if they treat Jey Uso right, he's the next big star. That's the bottom line. He's the next big star for real. But since Cody was already there, see right now what they can do. It gotta get right now in the Judgment Day feud with Jay and them will be good because you know Jay is still mid card, but he's higher up mid card. He's over mid card, so he should feud with them with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, so that way they can build that trust. Cody shouldn't be involved with bloodline business. I'm not bloodline business, but involved with Judgment Day business. Period. That's not him. He's above that. He's supposed to be above that. So that's what needs to happen. And being that Seth Rollins and Cody have history, it makes sense. It makes logical sense. Another thing I like what Raw do, Raw was actually good. I like Gunther and Chad Gable. They killing it. Chad Gable and Gunther is killing it. Gunther is raw. Gunther is raw talent. That's one of the most talented guys they got. Raw was actually booked pretty well, believe it or not. I'm like, hold on, who's ghostwriting this shit? You know what I'm saying? Right, Cody's going out to this story. He might as well go after Seth. What they should do is this. He should go after Seth. He'll probably win the title. And then that's where him and Roman Reigns can clash in the battle for the belts. That's your WrestleMania right there. And he can finish his story. He probably beats Roman. He holds both belts, so he's the man. But The Rock is a key factor now. Now, they don't know what they're going to do about that. And I'm thinking that's where the complication lies. Because The Rock, he threw a monkey wrench on a lot. And you know, WWE, they are always about ratings. They going to throw Cody in the bushes to please The Rock. Now, The Rock ain't got nothing to do because the writer's strike is out there. Cena ain't got nothing to do. I seen today Batista want to come back. So that's where they're going to start worrying. Now talent going to start worrying about their spot. They like, damn. These niggas in Hollywood going to start coming through and getting our top positions at the card. But it depends on the locker morale. If Vince McMahon is there, them niggas is going to take all them spots. If Vince McMahon ain't there, Triple H might work with them. That's what's going to happen. If Vince McMahon stays, we're going to get Rock and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40. If Cody and Roman happens next year, they need to let Cody win like he should have done this year. Or where Batista trying to make a comeback. Yeah. Batista said, yo, my phone. Batista said, my phone, I'm free. Give me a call. I'll do something. I said, oh, shit. These niggas ain't got no job. The workers' strike is something else, man. They got all these wrestlers out of work. So now they coming back. They coming back to the WWE now. Another thing I want to talk about is this. And this got to be addressed. What is all with all this dick riding to John Cena all of a sudden? All these same people that was hating on John Cena for 10 years, now all of a sudden calling him the GOAT. Get the fuck out of here, man. If anything, John Cena was the reason why people stopped watching this shit. And no disrespect to him as an individual, but it was just the way he was booked. That Super Cena shit was a dark time to be a wrestling fan, man. He was running over everybody. He was burying everybody. Cena was burying everybody. 2000 from 2009 and 10. Those were some dark years in the WWE. It got better when CM Punk blew up. When CM Punk blew up and did the pipe bomb, it got better. But them Super Cena years, he was just running roughshod through everybody, and people's got tired of it. The same moves. His promos were trash. And the thing was, we know he was confining because, we seen Cena cut some dope promos with his rapping. He stopped rapping. I was like, okay, this nigga done used the coaches so he could get over and keep his job. So now he's the man no more. He just dumped hip-hop in the bushes. That's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. I was watching his special the other day. He was talking about, I seen kids in the crowd. And I think I got to change my image. Get the fuck out of here, man. What happened was your Ghost Rider stopped rocking with you. Your Ghost Rider stopped rocking with you. From Scissor Face. What's the dude name? It's Stoic. He stopped rocking with you. So you couldn't really write. Freddie, yeah, he tried to co-sign. He got the Freddie Fox co-sign, but when your Ghost Rider won't rock with you, that's where all of a sudden you start seeing the cheesy promos. He started becoming Hulk Hogan incarnated. So he couldn't rap no more, man. His Ghost Rider wasn't there. And I don't even think he rock. I think they cool now, but they were beefing for a while. So yeah, his Ghost Rider stopped rocking with him. Then he started becoming Hulk Hogan incarnated. His promos started getting cheesy. And I was like, yo, this is bad. All the talent that went against them just got buried to oblivion. They ain't benefit from John Cena. Who benefit from John Cena? See, CM Punk was already over. Daniel Bryan was already over. Edge was, him and Edge had a great feud. Him and Randy Orton, that shit sucked, man. Let's keep it brick. They trying to force Randy Orton and John Cena like that's the Steve Austin and Rock of the Ruthless Aggression era, man. I'm like, that shit was garbage. They matches was garbage. That I Quit match was garbage. Every match, man, I like probably about 2 matches of those for those two. They try to make like Cena and Orton was like Austin and Rock. If anything, Cena and Batista had better matches. Cena and Batista had way better matches. But Orton and Cena, man, get out of here with that trash. They don't have one memorable match on their resume. They try to push that bullshit. Like that's Hogan and Savage. Man, even people that grew up watching wrestling didn't even like that rivalry. They was like, man, they trying to force feed this. Nobody can even tell you what was a noteworthy match with them two. And they had 100 of them. They had 100 of them. I like that. Only thing that I remember from Orton and Cena was when he kicked Cena's pops. That's the only thing I remember about that shit. Other than that, there's nothing memorable about John Cena and Randy Orton. None of their matches. None of them. It's shame on the WWE trying to promote that shit. Like we was checking for them. Somebody had to say it. Somebody had to say. That's the only thing I remember from those feuds. That was the best moment from them feud where he kicked Cena pop in the head. That was the only entertaining thing. But other than that, that shit sucked. Man, but those were some dark times, man. I think what happened, they started getting John Cena. Only watch I watched with Cena or with SummerSlam 2007. That shit even sucked. Yo, they really tried. They really, really tried to push Orton and Cena like It was one of the biggest rivalries that WWE ever seen. Nobody was entertained with that shit. If anything, Kurt Angle and Brock Lesnar, that was entertaining. That's one of my personal favorites. Kurt Angle and Brock. Every match they did was kick ass. That's a way better feud to me. Kurt Angle and Brock had some bangers. Especially that Iron Man. They had the Iron Man in my hometown. I wish I was able to make it that day. I was like, damn. They had the Iron Man in my city, Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm gonna read y'all something I read about that match today, because Kurt did an interview, and he said he overdosed on Vicodin the night before the Iron Man match. Yo, this nigga Kurt Angle is an alien, yo. He's a straight alien. How many cats you know? That's one of the toughest men I ever seen in my life, man. Let's talk about Kurt Angle for a bit. Kurt Angle, man, he won the Olympic gold medal with a broken neck. Broken neck would have took anybody out. This nigga Kurt Angle won the Olympic gold medal. He said here, I was introduced to painkillers. When I started taking them, I really liked it. It masked the pain. I didn't feel the pain. It gave me an energetic feel. It didn't make me feel nauseous like it does for a lot of people. I started taking them. I was taking one every 4 to 6 hours like I was told. But after a while, you'll build a tolerance and one don't work anymore. You got to take 2. Then 2 became 4. This was extra Vicodin. Oxycontin. It's a lot powerful than Vicodin. But I was taking 65 Vicodins a day. God damn. That's how out of control I can get. I was hiding it from a company. I was in serious trouble. Then he said he took 20 Vicodins the day before he faced Brock. You tell me this man ain't no wrestling machine, dog. He said, I didn't wake up to 5 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, and I had the biggest match of my career that night. I had to be there at 1, but I didn't get it at 5:30. I ended up doing it. The WWE was trying to call me. They wanted to tell me, hey, you can go home plan the funeral for your sister. You don't have to do this match. I kept thinking, I know my sister will want me to. I knew I would have to feel the pain of losing my sister at least an hour, so I went ahead and did it. It was actually one of the best performances of my career, which is kind of crazy, but that was a rough time. The painkillers was one thing that I do regret. Yeah, man, Kurt Angle was an alien, man. I don't even think he's superhuman to me, man. Fuck that Hulk Hogan bullshit. This nigga was a real American hero to me. Straight up. Fuck that Hulk Hogan brother shit. Man, fuck that leg drop, big boot, weak ass punching shit. Kurt Angle was the real American wrestler for us. And the cold part about it, he made Hulk Hogan bitch ass tap. That's what I'm talking about. Kurt Angle is the real Captain America. Had better matches, better promos, was ready to work with anybody. Didn't let his ego get in the way. I ain't heard nothing bad about Kurt Angle in this business from anybody. I didn't hear him trying to use his power, his political power, to muscle wrestlers off the roster, to bury anybody. The man did his job. He knew how to put people over. He's the real American hero. Fuck Hulk Hogan, nigga. Straight up. That's right, man. For every one good Hulk Hogan match you could give me, I can name 5 Kurt Angle ones that's better. from 2001 to 2006, Kurt Angle was lighting that ring on fire, man. And you know what's crazy about Kurt Angle? Kurt Angle soaked that game up so quick. He got over so quick. He got over in 1 year. He got over in I don't even know if it was 1 year. I think it was 6 months. He debuted in Survivor Series in November. And by March, he was a part of a triple threat with Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero. I mean, not Eddie Guerrero, but Chris Benoit and Chris Jericho. Man was doing kick-ass matches within the first 6 months there. You know, a lot of people will struggle to find their footing within a year. Stone Cold, it took Stone Cold almost 2 years to find his footing. It took The Rock almost 2 to 3 years to find his footing. Kurt Angle found that shit in a year. That's crazy if you really think about it. Kurt Angle didn't come through with a bad gimmick. He naturally got over. He was very charismatic and can work. Had 5-star matches with the best. Austin, Rock, Taker, HBK, Eddie Guerrero. Let me tell you this. I got a Kurt Angle DVD set back there of his matches. That's one of my all-time favorites right there. The TNA joint too. I got them. He got joints in TNA that's also classics. It was 6 months or something like that, and he won the only 6-man Hell in a Cell. I forgot about that. See? He beat all the big dogs. We talking Taker, Kane. Was Kane even on that match? My memory's a little fuzzy. It wasn't Kane. It was Taker. It was Rikishi. It was Taker, Austin, Triple H, and The Rock. Crazy. That run was wild if you really think about it. If you really sit back and analyze it, that was a wild run. And he stayed over. He was always the top card. Forgot about the match with Rey Mysterio at SummerSlam. He opened up SummerSlam 02 with a 5-star. That's one of the greatest to ever do it, man. I got him in my Mount Rushmore. I got him. My Mount Rushmore is pretty crazy. See, everybody's standard Mount Rushmore is the standard people. Like Hogan, Flair, Michaels. My Mount Rushmore is totally different, y'all. My Mount Rushmore is way different. I even got Brock Lesnar in my Mount Rushmore. Brock Lesnar and Kurt Angle are two definitely on my Mount Rushmores. I think I got Savage and I got Bret. I got those 4 in my all-time Mount Rushmores. Because those guys can work. They have the charisma to get over with the crowd as a heel or as a babyface. I might move it to Sting because, I'm an all-time Sting fan. You know what I mean? That's my guy right there. I might just put top 5 because Mount Rushmore, you only got 4. But with Kurt Angle, man, that's a talent right there. That's a once-in-a-lifetime talent. And you notice this. They tried to make people be like Kurt. Jack Swagger. AJ Styles in my Mount Rushmore. Man, people sleep on AJ. AJ is one of the best to ever do it. Smell me? AJ Styles is one of the best to ever do it, man. I mean, his Impact run was great. But he went to Japan, got certified, came into WWE and stayed over. And worked any match. And survived John Cena's bullshit. That's what kept him in the game. Because Cena was about to bury the dude. But AJ, he kept up with him. AJ stood up toe to toe with him on the mic. This is why I was like, okay, Cena about to bury this dude. It's over. AJ stood toe to toe with him. And it kept his career. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's a lot of things that was going on with wrestling, man. So it's almost that time for me to wrap it up, man, because I got to get up in the morning. I got an interview tomorrow with Guitar Gabby. Big shout out to my man T-Max, my co-host of Spirit Ill Out of Sandman, Miss Chinchilla from Texas. We still got a lot going on. We got 571 episodes we done. We just getting started. So I'm going to be out for the night. Y'all have a blessed night. I might go live tomorrow if I feel like it, depending on what I'm doing. Peace out.